Skip to content. Welcome to the Books newsletter. I'm the LA Times Books editor, Carolyn Kellogg, and this is what's going on in books this week. I can't think of a better person to write about Rumaan Alam's new novel, That Kind of Mother, than critic at large Rebecca Carroll. Alam, who is Bangladeshi American, is raising two black sons with his white husband. Interracial adoption partially inspired his novel. Carroll, herself an adoptee, incisively looks at the many dimensions of the characters, particularly the mother's blindness to privilege, that Alam sets up to tell this multifaceted story. Rumaan Alam's new novel is That Kind of Mother. David A. Land, best known for his novel, The English Patient, set in the waning days of World War II, Michael Ondaatje has returned to that conflict and its effect on one family in his new novel. Warlike two teens are left behind in England when their parents depart for Singapore, and years later the son tries to piece it all together. Each layer of this unusual family's history arrives via flickers of memory, writes Beth and Patrick in our review. Michael Ondaatje's new novel is Warlike. Barbara Zanin, Getty Images. The No. One fiction book on our bestseller list this week is Circe, by Madeline Miller, now in its second week on the list. The novel retells the story of the goddess from the Odyssey with a new, feminist slant. What would this epic story look like if it were based upon a woman's life? Miller asked when she talked to The Times last month. Holding steady at No. And on our non-fiction bestseller list is A Higher Loyalty, by James Comey for the second week. Comey's tale of his years at the FBI, which ended when he was dismissed by President Trump in May 2017, have been flying off shelves, selling more than 600,000 copies nationwide in its first week. You can find all the books on our bestseller lists here. Madeline Miller's novel, Circe, is the #1 LA Times fiction bestseller this week. David Levinson, Getty Images. The Nobel Prize in Literature will not be awarded this year, the Swedish Academy announced Friday, due to a sexual harassment scandal that has thrown its committee into chaos. And acclaimed writer Junot Diaz, who won a Pulitzer Prize for his novel, The Brief Wondrous Life of Oscar Wilde, and was one of the most popular authors at the Festival of Books in April, has been accused of sexual misconduct by Zinzi Clemens, a novelist whom The Times wrote about in 2017. Clemens wrote on Twitter, "I was an unknown wide-eyed 26-year-old, and he used it as an opportunity to corner and forcibly kiss me. I'm far from the only one he's done this to. I refuse to be silent anymore." In response, in a statement issued by his agent, Diaz said, "I take responsibility for my past." The Locus Awards finalists were announced. They include N.K. Jemisin, George Saunders and Times critic at large John Scalzi, for not one but two prizes. Samantha Irby is frank and funny, and she sat down in real life to talk about We Are Never Meeting in Real Life and Meaty, her two essay collections, with The Times' Jessica Roy. Samantha Irby's essay collections are We Are Never Meeting in Real Life and Meaty, Eva Blue.